Hello, welcome to Have a Go, and I'm Alan. Today I thought I'd explain what I think is the problem with my boring bar setup. Now, imagine this is the lathe bed, and this is the headstock. Not to scale obviously, but work with me here. Now, got the temporary supports here with the bearings, and the boring bar goes through here with a little spiky bit that cuts the holes or bores the holes out to the correct size. So far so good. The problem is that these supports are adjustable. They can go up and down along the bed and also into the bed. Well, I can't really show on the drawing, but imagine it's three-dimensional. Now the problem is the boring bar needs to be straight and aligned with these holes properly. I could get away with it for this first hole because only the point of the bar is going in there. For this second hole, it's a bit worse because the shank of the bar is going through here, and while it's cutting in here, which means it needs to be straight. Now, to set up the bar for that first one, what I was doing was I was clamping the bar in the headstock. So clamp it down hard so the bar was firmly held in place, and then I ran the supports with the bearings along and tighten them up after that. Imagine the bar went that far. I didn't intend to, but the drawing actually gives away the problem, because this end of the bar, when I slide the clamps onto it, the end is not supported, so it gets dragged down by the weight of the supports, because this is 6mm thick angle iron. It's not the super light aluminium ones I made first. The aluminium ones would be a lot lighter, and that the only thing bringing the bar down would be the actual weight of the bar, rather than the weight of the bar plus the supports here. But the aluminium is a lot weaker also, so once the boring bar is rotating and cutting, there'd be a lot more vibration in the supports. Now the way I'm going to do this is, or fix it, is actually the way that Gingrey tells you. It's actually the way that Gingrey tells you to do it in the book. I'm going to make a template shaped roughly like this. So this part will fit in the ways. So imagine that's the bed. So that's the bed, and this is where I want the boring bar to be placed. So I can use this to line the bar up along the length here, so that it's the same height all the way along, and it's the same depth all the way along. And the boring supports will actually be supporting it rather than dragging it down. So all I have to do is make this template. Clear as mud? Good. I picked this up ages ago for some project. That's right. It was to make a crappy heatsink for a headphone amplifier, which I did paint it black when I made the heatsink part. If I didn't film this, my life would be a lot easier. I roughly need to cut that away. The headphone amplifier, by the way, was for a Buchla music easel. I didn't go with a stock headphone amplifier for the easel. I went with a replacement card 12. And that is how we're going to line up the mooring bar. I want them not so tight that I can't tap it, but also not so loose that it's going to move when I don't want it to. So that is these supports lined up. Alright, managed to realign this trolley thing. Yay, the boring of the thicker part has finally begun. I had to have this slightly out of alignment, forward and backward, to bore this out a bit to where I can start boring it properly. So now I can continue to bore this out, so both sides will have bearings on them. Bearing here and a bearing here. Then the spindle will go through there permanently, and I can get rid of these temporary supports. I mean, they work, but they're not very solid, despite the fact they're made out of 6mm angle line, and the adjustment on them also means that I'm forever bringing them back into alignment. Whereas with this headstock casting, they are always in alignment because it's a solid block, and it's a lot more chunky too. And once it's in position here, this is in position here, I'm going to drill some holes through the middle and anchor it right down into the bed with some bolts. Should be good. Now that's about all I'm doing for this weekend. So, thank you for watching and have a nice day.